Going now to the U.S., looking to head off a New Year's government shutdown and prevent the chaos seen in October. In October, top congressional negotiators reached a budget deal ahead of a Friday deadline. Republican House Budget Committee Chairman Paul Ryan calls the agreement a step in the right direction.
This bill reduces the deficit by $23 billion, and it does not raise taxes, and it cuts spending in a smarter way. From the outset, we knew that if we forced each other to compromise a core principle, we would get nowhere. That is why we decided to focus on where the common ground is. So that's what we've done. That means to me a budget agreement that reduces the deficit without raising taxes and replaces some of the arbitrary across-the-board spending cuts with smarter, permanent reforms that pay for this relief.
Missing from the deal is a closing of corporate tax loopholes and an extension of long-term unemployment benefits. The budget deal now heads to a vote by the House first and then on to the Senate.
It's a new day at General Motors. Mary Barra, a highly regarded GM insider, will take over as CEO in January, replacing current CEO Dan Akerson, who is stepping down earlier than planned. The 51-year-old Barra, an engineer by trade, was already the highest-ranking woman in the auto industry. The auto industry is a family business. Her dad worked for General Motors for close to 40 years. Mary Barra was named one of both Forbes and Fortune's most powerful women in business.
Still in auto news, Holden, a subsidiary of General Motors, has said it will stop making cars in Australia by the end of 2017. The move will result in nearly 2,900 people losing their jobs. There have been widespread concerns that an exit by GM Holden would be followed by the sole remaining producer, Toyota, threatening around 150 parts and component suppliers directly employing more than 40,000 people.
No matter which way we apply the numbers, our long-term business case to make and assemble cars and engines in this country is simply not viable. Now, it's no secret, we are witnessing a huge shift in the automotive market in this country, but also in the wider economy of Australia. In many ways, Australia's automotive industry is up against a perfect storm of negative influences, including the sustained strength of the Aussie dollar against almost all major trading currencies, the relatively high cost of production, and the relatively small scale of the local domestic market.
All in favor, please say aye.
Regulators approving a stiffer version of the so-called Volcker rule, banning Wall Street banks from making bets of their own accounts instead of trading on behalf of clients. But the rule is not expected to seriously damage bank profits, so shares of the likes of Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan Chase ended higher.